3, 2, 1. Go. All right, here we go. I'm excited. Because these two are also veterans of the community. Meriscan being one of the, like right behind you on so many races, was second place in Monorail 1. And your matches were insane in Monorail 1. So, and that was for Floor 6 as well. So, it's going to be interesting how this pans out here, how this pans out for this tournament.
Yeah. Meriscan is a very formidable opponent that should absolutely not be underestimated.
Absolutely, you're right. And what weapon's our first one? I mean, Pulsar, was it triple backshot? That's okay. Oh, no, he took Vulcan. Never mind. Vulcan. I saw Pulsar.
No, he took Pulsar and then strapped it immediately.
Oh! That's like, yeah, so I'm not going insane. Wow, that's funny. Any advantage to that, or was that an accident?
Money.
That's fair. I mean, floor 1 is not very... It's not... If you see two kind of poopy weapons on floor 1, it actually is not a bad idea to do that. You can still get a better weapon.
I do not think that weapon is worse than Pea Shooter.
Neither do I. What does Morraconda take? The Pulsar and keeps it.
Right. I think I'd. Now I don't remember how much I messed with the numbers to affect this, but when I was looking at it yesterday, triple Pulsar was well over twice as strong as Pea Shooter in terms of DPS. If you're getting all the shots, which you're not most of the time. But,
you know, it's funny because I say these things like, oh, I think it's good, and then you're like, no, I made the game, so let me just look up the source code right now, and you're like, oh yeah, it's better. It's good. It's good to have that insight.
Well, it was actually a really interesting thing. Like, I asked in the chat a few days ago, like, what everyone's favorite and least favorite elites were, and a lot of people said that they hate Snowblower.
Not me.
And I actually checked, and like the DPS on like the spray is like ridiculous.
But I think a lot of people have aversion to weapons that require to be at very close range to maximize.
Well, they're tricky. They're really tricky, and it burns ammo pretty quickly too. That's kind of the like because of this the sprayer. Mine would be the Dragon Breath. This is what it's called, right? The charge weapon.
Yep.
Not a fan.
Fireball.
Fireball. Okay. The one any charge guns I'm not a fan of. I'm really not. The DPS is okay. It's just the scatter shot. I just don't like it.
Dragon Breath is just the big flamethrower.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I don't think that's a charge, but I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the belch. It's fun, but that's a triple drill. Yes, Meriscan getting the triple homing drill. That is it. If Meriscan can keep this gun, that is it. That is GG. That's a big if.
Given Meriscan's experience and what they've shown themselves to be capable of, I think they can do it. Like, even with just a little bit of looking around, you can keep a weapon up until the 6th floor. Meanwhile, Morraconda doesn't have a map compared to Meriscan, so they might spend a long time trying to find the boss.
Yeah, that's going to take some time. That's always a big worry.
Triple homing drill. Definitely quite a bit of a drug.
Yeah, so whatever you do, Pure, if you're watching this and you see how amazing the drill is, this drill combo, please don't nerf. Please. Let me have this.
I think the changes that I made, I want to say that drill in range is weaker and melee is stronger.
Interesting.
So it's kind of nerfed.
Yeah, so that's not horrible.
But I think right now melee and drill is like very weak, and I made it like extremely good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I look forward to seeing that in action in Monorail.
Monorail like 5, right? 5? No,
well, I think the jokes cancel each other out.
We'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see.
Which joke wins? We only do a monorail every 2 years, or the update will take 2 years?
The update will take 2 years. That's my bet.
Oh, we've done 2 monorails this year, so you know what? We do a lot of cool stuff. We're hoping to do more mini rail tournaments coming up too. I'm currently working on a bunch of tools to make it easier to stream these matches. So with that, I'm hoping that makes a difference. Then other people can pick it up, and we can all just share the the schedule for that.
Hopefully. Still some work to be done, but we're definitely getting there.
Monorail 3 was in July, wasn't it?
I believe so. I am looking forward to Monorail 69, Caps D. Yes, that'll be a nice one.
I think you guys are getting in one of these every 6 months or so on average. Maybe a little less.
That's
a little
fair.
bit low. I'd say like 8 months.
And the last one was only 5 months ago, so that's not so bad.
Yeah, but we had a big break between Monorail 2 and Monorail 3 because, stuff happened.
I mean, I feel like the stuff you're talking about started before Monorail 1.
No, I think it was around the time of Monorail 2.
It peaked for Monorail 2. But to steer things back here, just back to the match. Rocket lower cooldown. So we still, both racers still have triple homing drill. And both have picked up reserves as one of their passive power-ups. And as you can see, just one shot is just wiping out the room. It's very nice to see. And both of them are still looking for the bosses. Meriscan is currently a floor ahead. And that could still change because Meriscan's not that ahead. However, if Morraconda is mapping off of Meriscan, they'll know where to go for the mini-bosses. So with this weapon, it's very easy to do so. To just really quick go in the room or go on the floor and start wiping out every room. And
triple homing drill is a room slayer for sure.
Meriscan skipped a keyword in haste. I mean, I would do that too if I'm going fast, but still it hurts. Because not only is a keyword a power up, but it's also a 20% ammo refill. So that's kind of important to maintain your gun.
Yeah. And this is the type of gun that you're taking like, okay, I aim to get to F6 with this gun, not switching to anything. So ammo management is super important.
Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed, yeah.
This is absolutely a gun you want to take in the end.
I think Meriscan is one mini boss down.
He actually already has 4 keywords, so that was just a 20% ammo pickup.
True, but it's still kind of, very nice to have, especially if you get in floor 5 or floor 6, you get star for drop. You can't find ammo if you're ready.
I mean, you'd be disappointed to leave behind a 20% ammo pick.
That's fair.
With this weapon.
Meriscan is on the boss. Morraconda sees everything, so he had a much shorter floor 4.
That's always good. That's always very good.
That is the rubber banding effect you get from a race with screen peek.
But I don't remember if these races do screen watch each other.
I believe they are allowed to.
Yeah, they're allowed to. I think Morraconda might be. Morraconda is from the Necronets community, so
is that a big thing there?
They do encourage that for Condor races. So, and it's not really an unfair advantage. It does help, but just because you can see, it's actually really hard to do in Monolith because you have the mini map and it doesn't show everything. So you have to be looking at the right time when somebody exposes their whole map. So you can kind of get sort of an idea, but I find that I miss a lot.
Get what you're getting out of the mini map,
yeah, and so you can still try it. It does help, but it doesn't give you an absolute advantage.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Ron's very good at doing map reading. I suck at it, so it's early screen watching. I struggle with that even in Necrodancer still. So, yeah, definitely your mileage may vary. Ooh, a key word though.
I don't think you can ever call it unfair. I think it inherently is fair.
I think so, especially in a roguelike. You don't know things ahead of time, so I can understand for a fixed game that you're playing, but for something randomized.
For a fixed game, what's the benefit, really?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the races are screen for screen.
Screen for screen, getting a ton of ammo.
They are screen for screen.
Morraconda does have quickening, while Meriscan does not.
Morraconda got an ammo crate, and Meriscan got the 20% ammo refill. Interesting. So I wonder what the difference was. Ooh, a blessing.
I would pick Storm. Yeah.
Yeah, double rewards is really good to have. It's going to give you more opportunities for more health, more ammo refills, and it'll help maintain this gun because you want this gun.
The item desyncs are probably as a result of the damage and ammo soft caps.
Yeah. Right. Yes. So it's kind of like innate seed variance there.
Exactly.
Oh, but Meriscan's already at Overlord.
Look at that. And doing a ton of damage with the backward strat. I never do this one, but I got to remember to try it sometime. It's really fun. And
I would say it's worthwhile if you have an ammo that does a lot of damage up close, but otherwise,
yeah.
you have better luck relying on the fact that the patches can be dodged consistently from the lower half.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Morraconda having trouble finding during last one. There it is.
You know what I just realized? We have the window for Meriscan is a little. Well, it's not actually. No, never mind. It's just the boss. Never mind. I thought it was cropped, but it's okay.
Nope, just boss board.
That's just the boss.
Wouldn't see that in Monolith, but we're not running that this time.
Oh, speaking of that, I like to file a bug report, Pure. In Linux, at 1440p, the game does not take up the entire screen. It only goes up to 1080p, and even full screen. So, yeah, I don't know if that's like a big deal. I don't think who plays this game in Linux, right?
Arc?
I think Arc does, yeah.
Well, Arc is the one responsible for the port.
Arc a Dream, I like to file a bug report. That's all good. It's all good.
I don't know anything about Linux.
I mean, I game on Windows mostly, but I play this game occasionally on my Linux desktop, so that's how I know.
Honda just entering phase 2. Meriscan already found first F6 mini boss.
Okay, so yeah, definitely, it's a definite advantage for Meriscan right now because Meriscan is fairly far into floor 6. Floor 6 can be huge, and your bosses can be scattered everywhere. And so, even if you have mapping, you still have to make your way to those bosses in order to clear the floor. So, Morraconda does have a scanner, I believe, and is able to map through the floor. Let's go find out if they have... I believe they have scanner. No, they don't. I take that back. So, they're going to have to... Hopefully, they're screen watching, and they'll have to map off of Meriscan here, and hopefully they paid attention. It's hard to when you're trying to go fast as well. But Meriscan's down to 4 health.
I have faith in Meriscan. I think that they have this in the bag.
I definitely hope so. I definitely hope so.
Let's see how much Shoveling Gorge gives them.
Ooh, okay. Okay, there we go. There goes Engorged.
The one thing I am looking at is Meriscan is at 4 health, and as we've seen, that is plenty close enough to have a bad time against the machine.
All it takes is a couple of accidental hits, yeah, and suddenly your nerves kick in.
Unless you're Coolant, in which case you're just at 1 HP the entire time. And it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Meriscan's found the third one. Are they going to take ammo or health?
Going for the health there, but onto the machine
Yep.
on Meriscan's side, and let's see how quickly this drill makes quick work. Oh yeah, look at that. Very quick work on machine phase 1. I wonder how many more mini-bosses that Morraconda has to find.
I believe they found at least 2.
Yeah, they have to find... No, they found all 3. Now they have to find the boss. Okay, so if they were paying attention, if they were able to screen watch effectively enough against Meriscan, yep, they found the boss as well. But I think at this point, unless Meriscan goes down, it's looking like it's their race to win.
Yep, they both have the same amount of ammo, so... But Morraconda does have quickening, and they are intentionally going to proc it.
I wonder, will that take down Fate? Well, okay, maybe not yet, but
phase,
could be good.
Saving it for phase 3, maybe?
I don't know how much... Oh, here we go. See, it does do a fair amount of damage. It does speed things up, but Meriscan's already far enough into their phase 3 to where it doesn't really matter as much.
Only 2 HP, so be careful.
There we go. Down goes Machine. Almost hit Overlord again.
Yep, that's going to be a GG.
But that was a very close GG. Very close GG. Like, considering how far back Morraconda was. Morraconda did an excellent job doing the screen watching. And let's get ready for that time there. Time. There we go.
It's down to less than a minute.
14:34. Very respectable. Honestly, it's very respectable. In our F5 tournaments, we were seeing 14 to 16 minute, between 12 to 16 minutes to floor 5. Pretty well. And now we're seeing the same times for floor 6. It's kind of nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But any time that's below 15 minutes, it's a good time with no qualifiers. It's just good.
Yeah. But yeah, GG to Morraconda, unfortunately dying on the last phase of Machine, doing a great job to catch it up there, but just slightly behind enough to not be able to close the distance. Just enough.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I would say, like, being no more than, like, a minute behind Meriscan is itself not easy. Like, Meriscan is an experienced racer, so being able to keep up pace at the very least is definitely admirable.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Are you kidding? Kept a great pace and was able to rubber band back quickly in floor 6. That's a mark of a good racer. Nope. Have to remember that. So it's an interesting bug. If I alt-tab away from the layout, and then I alt-tab to another window, and I alt-tab back to, say, OBS, but not the layout, then I wind up getting the streams to black out. I don't know why on the layout. It's just a bunch of OBS bugs. So, all right, here we go. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. Go. That's the next thing I'm going to automate. Here we go. An immediate ammo crate. Can't grab it. That's a bummer.
But a weapon immediately next to it.
Ooh. Okay, it's okay. I'm getting a regular railgun. It's a No, not ricochet. It's a freeze.
Yeah. Ricochet freeze.
Is it? Oh, I didn't see that. Very nice. I thought I saw the ricochet, but then I thought, am I going crazy? I'm going crazy often with this. Yep, there it is. This tournament.
I believe the racers might be taking the gun and using it until it's about 55-60% ammo and then take the crates.
I think
just
that's
to maximize.
Yeah, that's about right. You get the scrap for you, the extra health and extra scrap off of that, and that can work really well. Also, I'll have you take over for a moment, Nick. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
All right. So, Morraconda's got the first upgrade, and it's going to be focus. Okay, very good. Makes taking damage less of an issue. Meriscan goes for a discount. All right. Hoping that maybe the shops will have something good. Those were all rather defensive or utility upgrades, so they don't really make it go fast, but they can be useful. Morraconda is changed for a shotgun or wider instant hit charge, which is alright, it's decent. Both players finding
Wider spray is a damage upgrade.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But you have to get up close.
That's the upside. Wider spray is considered a downside.
I like wider spray, but that's because I really enjoy being up close to everything. It's my playstyle.
Well, but I mean, like the actual wideness is a downside. That is why the keyword also has damage on it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Meriscan taking down Grinder fairly quickly. Morraconda just now catching up. I am getting some slight stream delay, which is unfortunate. So apologies if I'm a bit behind. On to floor 2. Meriscan's already found the mini boss. Morraconda has found the upgrade, and it's going to be Fortune. I take that as well. Especially if you're participating in an F6 race, getting resources for free like that can be really slow. Oh, immediately they get a keyword.
Your 4-1 fortune on that very first race was a huge deal.
Mm-hmm. I think there was also the choice of artifact in that same upgrade.
Yeah, Casey took the artifact, and they got a very good pulsar from it, a shotgun backshot pulsar that carried them for quite a while.
But it didn't matter. It didn't matter because you got the artifact later.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't matter because you got the artifact later, Nick. So It wound up paying off to get the fortune early, get the early health, early damage. That really catapulted you ahead.
The thing is that artifact can be really good, but also can sometimes be disappointing. And fortune is more likely to be like a good payout. So that's the logic for taking it over artifact. Plus, you can make a kind of pseudo artifact on your own throughout the run anyway, especially if you take fortune, so you can find more keyword stones.
That is true.
Right.
More ammo refills, more ways to enhance your weapons, and get that DPS. So how's it going right now? Looks like Meriscan is at their floor 2 boss, and then we have Morraconda a little behind, also now on Charlie.
Oh, they got different bosses, huh?
Ah, seed variants.
Alex messaged me. Morraconda going for 6 seed desync strats.
that is a valid. So in the Necrodancer racing community, it is an actual valid strat to go for siege variants because your opponent has a harder time watching you because now the map layouts change, the item order changes and everything, and your item pools, and it gives you an advantage because what if you get a really good build off of it? And this is a very valid strat.
But if you're doing a seed variant strats, it means you can't screen watch.
But
yeah, it cuts both ways.
Yeah, it is a trade-off. So you can get an amazing run off of it, or you can get a turd. And more often than not, I've gotten the turds doing trying those strats.
Meanwhile, Morraconda gets scanner, so that might be the thing that makes or breaks it.
That's very true. That is very true. I have to see, though. The sword is very, very strong. Good for safety. Not so strong on the DPS when you have to attack from a distance. And that is where Meriscan's triple instant recall giant razor is going to really excel at. Only problem with Meriscan's weapon is it burns ammo very quickly. And unless you get tons of ammo pickups, you're going to lose it very quickly. So you're going to want to probably try to maintain it long enough and have a good weapon lined up. Because what if you get stuck with a fireball?
Or just have fortune that maximizes the chances that you'll keep that.
Oh, we all know fortune doesn't pay out when you need it.
Wait, there are times where it legitimately bails you out. It's just not as often as you'd like.
Well, okay, yeah. PureQuestion then. My question is, where in the source code you have an array of Steam users you don't like myself, where it just randomly messes up fortune for us? Like if, user is Squega, you're like, fortune's going to pay out for you only 5% of the time. But
to my eternal disappointment, I've never been able to get my hands on your Steam ID.
Oh, darn.
I can give it to you.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it looks like actually very interesting call. So it looks like they both got Ice Worm. And because Razor is piercing inherently, it just made quick work of Ice Worm. The sword can pierce, but it's slower. So that took a lot of extra time for Morraconda to kill.
But there is less ammo concerns there. So that's the trade-off.
However, I've looked back over and Meriscan just has max ammo again. So I don't know.
Well, I think that was from a shop. A good shop find.
I think so. Getting a lot of good luck there.
And Meriscan's got Scrap Runner, so that's going to make them even faster. They already know what the next mini-boss is, so I think this is where Meriscan's going to really pull ahead and be an entire floor.
I mean, that was an insane F4 skip. I'm going to call it a skip. Just an insanely fast F4. Man. I love triple instant recall Razor, especially when you have enough ammo to make it last more than half a floor.
Morraconda's gone for an artifact, and it's a laser of some kind. And unfortunately, Scanner did not hit the second mini-boss, and so they're stuck looking for it. Word of advice for racers, if you know where at least one of the mini-bosses are, start making your way there, because you might find the others as you're going.
True. Very true.
Oh, we have the... So, what is the big bat? What's its name?
I think it's just named
Giant Bat.
Giant Bat. That is Roncli's favorite NPC in the game. True fact. And it gives you a full map if you defeat it. If you can find it on the floor, you will get a full map, and that is very helpful to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
See, what Roncli in chat is protesting what I said. However, he's leaving out, he says bats are horrible, but he really means horribly awesome. And he's also patron saint of whips, a very not so good weapon in Necrodancer, but, you know, he loves them, so that's how that works.
Wow.
Sorry,
imagine
Ron.
Imagine not liking extremely cute bats.
I know, especially when the bats do such predictable things, right, Ron? I'm very bad at translating roncli-ish. Okay, it looks like Meriscan got a quickening. Very good pickup there. Good for safety and good for a quick skip. Oh, it gets another 10% damage up, along with a plus 20% max ammo increase. So I don't see a spot. Well, I don't see Meriscan's damage or ammo capacity at the moment. I do want to see that.
They're good enough.
Oh, they're more than good enough.
And Morraconda just now fighting Firewall.
Yeah, Morraconda.
140 damage, 135 max ammo for Meriscan.
That's really good. That's a very solid build. And yeah, it looks like just Morraconda just cannot keep up. It cannot get a weapon good enough to really get the DPS that Meriscan has at the moment.
Meriscan apparently, I think they're not going to try and proc quickening on Overlord. They're going to keep it for perhaps Machine.
I think so. It's good for safety, and at the end, you can just say, you know what, I'm going to proc it at the end, or, you know, phase 1 or something. Oh, watch this. Watch Overlord not have a good time. Oh my god, look at that damage.
Does some good damage. Morraconda also picking up quickening, and they might have to decide if they want to pop it on Overlord to get a leg up, potentially.
Definitely, potentially. Oh my
Unfortunately, they stuck. Morraconda stuck with a triple laser, and it's kind of wasting a lot of the damage potential, as opposed to Meriscan's Razor, which is just annihilating.
Well, so the thing with a triple weapon is a fire slower. And then with a laser, it's not homing, it is phasing, and it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So one laser does less damage than a single laser weapon, and you need to hit all three to get the maximum damage DPS out of a triple laser. Whereas Meriscan can just spam razors, you know, razor go burr. However, that may change because Meriscan's running out of ammo.
They got an engorged for ammo, and they have a vault if they really want to get something more. Will they? No. Then they might do that if they're very low on ammo and just can't find anything.
I think that's probably going to be the case here. It's definitely going to be the case.
Right, because Meriscan does not have scanner, whereas Morraconda does. So the time might be saved there.
I think so. Ooh, good choices for Morraconda's side. Doing a bit of extra farming. That's probably just their best bet at this point. It's just to farm and hope that Meriscan has a bad time. Bad enough time to warrant a reset.
Yeah, like losing their amazing weapon. That would count as a bad time.
And now that's exactly what Meriscan's doing at the moment, is just trying to find some way to either save the weapon or find a better one. And
like I said, they're low, so they're taking the chances with the hacking vault.
Meriscan's gonna have to look for the weapon canister.
Oh yeah.
But there it is. There's some ammo. Ooh, 20% refills is amazing.
Yep, that saved it. And just now Morraconda is fighting Overlord.
Still stuck on that triple laser. That DPS is not good. And that's just part of the RNG.
Compared to Meriscan, it's the part, yeah.
And that's just part of the RNG of a roguelike. It's just Morraconda took a couple of different choices, introduced siege variants, and it wound up getting a worse build. It just happens.
And Meriscan's already on machine.
Phase 1's about to go in about now.
5 seconds total.
Yeah, pretty dang. Oh yeah, then Morraconda's like, you know what? I'll let you do this.
Are they waiting to see if Meriscan dies, and then it's like, okay, my turn now?
No, probably not. Usually, at least
probably not.
I mean, I think it's
not
fair.
With thickening.
Yeah, here we go. Look at that. Bam. Yeah, big. Look at that. About to skip half of the last phase. About to run out of their gun, though. Okay, down the pea shooter.
Yeah, this is, I think, Morraconda.
There we go.
Yeah.
Morraconda is now
That's-
officially offline. Yeah, that's understandable, but hey, down goes Machine again. Meriscan going for the elevator. We're going to wait. I'll do time once he selects the Power Eternal. Time. GG Meriscan.
GG.